What's up everyone and welcome to another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y update. Today we'll be taking a look at some leaked screenshots revealing the secret event legendary Pokemon trio for X and Y, as well as some possible new Mega Evolutions and more. A little warning beforehand though, this video will obviously contain spoilers, so if you don't want to see the Pokemon until their official release sometime throughout this year, then you might want to click away now, but you've been warned, so here's Diancie, Hoopa, and Volcanion. Now you may have heard of these three new legendaries before, as their names and types were briefly leaked onto the website Cerebi a while back, but now we actually get to see what these mythical creatures look like, so let's go more into detail with each of them. First up is Diancie, and I'm not sure if the types for these are confirmed or not, but it is a rock and fairy type, making it the same typing as Carbink, and it kinda looks like Carbink's evolution. They're both floating rocks with gemstones in them, they have gray skin, and I guess this little white fluff on Carbink turns into the white torso on Diancie. They even both have a gem on their forehead. And I know that Diancie's a legendary, and legendaries don't have evolutions aside from, Manaphy, but that's a whole weird different thing. But it just looks too much like Carbink, and I'm gonna guess that they're somehow linked. Or they just didn't have many design ideas for a rock fairy. I don't really know, they just look really similar, so I'm hoping that they'll somehow be linked, but it doesn't look likely if Diancie is an event legendary. Either way, next up is Hoopa, a psychic and ghost type. And at first glance looking at this guy, it reminds me of that Digimon. I don't really remember the name of it, but I'll put up a picture of it, and that's based on a Dogu, which I guess is the same thing that Baltoy and Claydol are based on. Anyway, it just reminds me of that, but a Psychic and Ghost type is another typing that we've never seen before. Actually, all three of these legendaries, aside from Diancie actually, so I guess just two of these have typings that have never been done before, but this guy looks really cool. By the way, on these pictures, disregard the level, because the way that they got these pictures was actually by, I guess, hacking into the game and making them spawn into Santaloon Forest, or some area where Pokemon are low level, so disregard the level. This isn't actually how you'll encounter the Pokemon, but we'll talk more about that in a little bit. Now the final event legendary discovered in the game is Volcanion, a fire and water type. Like I said, another typing that's never been done before, and this is one that people have wanted for a long time, and I don't really know what it is. It's got this weird donut shape on the back of it. I don't know, those holes at the top could be steaming off, so that could be kind of fire water-ish. Either way, he looks really awesome. I guess he's the one that looks like a big badass legendary. The other two are more along the cute line. I don't know about Hoopa. It's not really in any category. But from what we can see in this screenshot, the big donut or ring shape on Volcanion's back can actually split off and shoot off cannons. Unlike Mega Blastoise, who just shoots out of his mouth, this guy actually knows how to use his cannons, and he shoots off some kind of steam ray or light ray. I'm guessing this is gonna be like his signature move. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know, maybe like a dual hyper beam of some sort. But this guy definitely looks awesome, and like Hoopa, they both seem to be inspired on Indian culture. I don't know about Diancie. I guess Diancie's just kind of the odd one out, which is why I still think it could be related to Carbink, as its capture rate is also higher than the other two. Volcanion and Hoopa are 3, and Diancie is 30, so I don't know, this is the new legendary trio, or rather, the secret legendary trio, as many people were kind of complaining that there weren't enough Pokemon in X and Y, so there's actually 3 that Nintendo hasn't revealed yet. Now these 3 are going to be event Pokemon, meaning that later on in the year at some point, they'll be releasing either an item or some other way that you can get these Pokemon by downloading something. And I want to go into a little bit of speculation as to how I think you're going to be able to find these guys. With Hoopa and Volcanion specifically, as I mentioned, they seem to have this sort of Indian culture-based thing, and they don't really fit in with the whole French theme of Kalos. And there's also been a ton of talk of a whole nother region coming into play, with that guy in the hotel that talks about his own region, and then the strange souvenir that comes from a region far from Kalos. So I'm gonna guess that somehow you're going to get to travel to another region via some kind of download that they're gonna do later in the game. As many people may have been disappointed with how short the post-game of Kalos was, I would really be excited if they ended up including a whole nother region as a sort of downloadable thing, where you can encounter these new legendary Pokemon. there is still that railway in Kuriway Town, and it is said that that railway takes people, or brings people, I guess takes and brings people from a faraway land to see the falls of Kuriway, so perhaps that will be how you get over to this new region, or maybe it just won't be a new region, who knows. But these aren't the only Pokemon that have been found through the hacking methods of hackers. There's a couple of more event things, such as this Floette. If you've beaten the game X and Y, you know that at the end, AZ's Floette finally returns to him, and you'll actually be able to catch this Floette, I guess, at some event. Maybe it'll be downloadable, or perhaps it'll actually include it into the story. I think it would be really awesome if they had a battle with AZ and then you can earn his Floette. I don't know, I really hope that they do end up releasing these, as it'd be really cool to actually have these Pokemon. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there are also some new Mega Evolutions which have been found, and those are for Latios and Latias. And yes, you are seeing both of them on your screen. I really don't know why, but they look exactly the same. So you'll notice that they've gone with like a purple color scheme, and this just makes me think of like a fusion between Latios and Latias, you know, red and blue put together makes purple, and I don't know, it's just weird because they both look exactly the same, so perhaps it'll be some sort of fusion? I don't think so, it's just a Mega Stone, but yeah, they look exactly the same. They're definitely going to be version exclusives. I mean, I really don't see how they won't be version exclusives, but as far as their typings and their stats and stuff like that, none of that has been revealed, just this image. Now, a few final screenshots have revealed some new Vivillon patterns. This one here, I'm not sure what it is, it just looks very nice and colorful, but this one has a Pokeball pattern on it, which I'm gonna guess is just gonna be a special downloadable one, or I don't know, maybe it's found in the new region, who really knows if it ends up being a new region. I'm still hoping that it is, because I'm one of those people that's kind of disappointed with the post-game. I really like the Looker missions, I thought they were really fun, but it was still really short, so I'm hoping that they will add some sort of extra stuff and not just, you know, make you download the legendaries like they did in Black and White. Anyway, one final screenshot reveals what the Fairy-type Arceus looks like. As you guys know, Arceus isn't found in the actual game, so they've gone and hacked one in and given it the Fairy plate to reveal Pink Arceus. Anyway, that is going to be it for this update, so let me know what you guys thought of these 3 new legendary Pokemon, AZ's Floette, and Mega Latios and Latias down in the comments. So thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.